this is Milan. We are back with another edition of Artists Only. And today I'm so elated to have this guy here. He's such a busy guy. So just for him to give us some of his time today, I'm gracious. What is your name? Tell the world what your name is.
I appreciate y'all for having me, man. My name is Truise. I go by the name of Truise.
Okay, that's a different name. Where did you get that name from?
Actually, it's my first initial, my last name combined. But coming up with that name was like, it was a bit of a joke because like you don't even want to hear the first name that I came up with in my head.
I do. What is it?
It's embarrassing. I don't laugh too much. J. Casanova. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy you stuck
we
with
threw
Truise.
that out the way. My brother's like, nah, bro, we ain't using that, man.
Yeah, that was a good friend to tell you the truth.
He was like, we need something that speaks you, you know what I'm saying, tell your truth. And we came up, and he walked out the room and came, and was like, got it, man.
Truise, because you are a walking brand.
Absolutely.
You are great. So tell the people what it is. What is it that you do?
I do music, man, that just tries to like, that touch people's souls, reach them, and so it hits their ear in a different way where it's like, okay, I can really relate to what he's saying in these songs, these lyrics are hitting. So, you know, I do music. I can't really describe the type of music. It's like more poetic rap.
Right.
In a sense.
So what inspires your music, or what's your inspirations for the music?
Truth, love, emotions, and sex.
Wow. So let's just break that down. Let's break it down. So when you're saying emotions, are you mad when you write better, or you write better when you sad? Where are you coming from when you say emotions?
I say emotions, I mean like, you know how some people, they only can do certain things when they're in a certain type of emotion, or like when people, they play better when they mad. Like whenever I go through like something emotional, or it's on my heart heavy, it kind of like triggers that, whatever emotion I'm going
So you just take it to the pen.
Take it to the pen. That's like
awesome.
therapeutic.
That's awesome. And for the ladies out there, you also said sex. So let's get, how's that influencing your music? Now, I've heard some of your songs too, and they're pretty good now.
I mean, yeah, it's self-explanatory. You know, some of it vicariously thinking of like if I was in a situation with this particular woman, this how it'd be. So it's me, you know, just kind of how you say, enticing her in the sense of, you know, what it would be like. And this is also
with Truise.
With Truise. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I mean, just to hear you go into depth about the feelings and emotions of your music. Sometimes when I hear music today, I don't feel those feelings. I don't feel those emotions, and it kind of, I don't know where, you know, hip hop or rap is going. What do you think? What do you think the state of hip hop? Yeah. What do you think is in today?
It's not like it used to be. I mean, you know, everything changes, man. But you know, history repeats itself. I think it's coming back full circle when, you know, people get back to the feeling, the whole music, the want to do it, not just for attention, not just for money and likes. I think it's getting back to the whole ambience of what hip hop is, like the whole core of lyricism, punchlines.
You think so? You think hip hop?
I hear it coming back slowly but surely, but I mean, in these past couple of years, it was like all jumbled. Like I couldn't tell like what artist was which, like the difference between them using auto tunes and just talking about the same cliche message about fucking hoes, bitches, getting money, stunting on people. It was just like the same repetitive cliche.
So how do you think you fit? I mean, that's kind of redundant, but I just want to hear you say, how do you feel about where you fit in hip hop or the rap game today?
I mean, I fit where I fit. Like,
Well, let me ask this: your audience.
my audience?
Yeah. Do you think it's an audience that's still trying to connect with your type of music, or do you think like the
Absolutely.
other? Okay.
Absolutely. I think it's an audience that's trying to connect with the type of music I make. I mean, if it wasn't, I mean, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have nothing to talk about.
That's right.
Because I mean, I get good feedback on my music, and so that let me know I'm doing something right.
Okay. So, where are you from? We should have said that first, but we kind of jumped into the same. Where are you from?
I grew up in a small town called Baker County. You probably never heard of it. It's right outside of Jacksonville. I was born in Jacksonville, but I was raised up in Baker County. And then I moved over to Lake City. I went to high school there, and then I left my senior year, and I went to Tallahassee, then Orlando for a couple months, and then I finally went to Naples. And once I got to Naples, I just was like, I was kind of like trying to figure out my way, like what I wanted to do in life. I had to try a few things, but I always like wrote poetry.
Right.
I never thought about music. It was always like poetry, poetry, poetry. I'm trying to, like I said earlier, like thinking vicariously about like what it would be like with this particular woman or what it would be like to be in love. So yeah, Naples kind of brought that out of me, seeing different cultures and
Right.
being exposed to different music. So I kind of like pushing me towards being a musician.
So I hear you say you moved from these places, and I know moving is quite difficult. And sometimes it's a good thing, like you said, moving to Naples, open up your imagination, and got you in touch with different things. So tell me, when was the last time that you, I guess, felt defeated by a situation? And then tell me, did you overcome it, or did you just chill on it?
Actually, I would say about 2012 when I put my first mixtape out. My cousin heard it, and I didn't know that he was, connected to some people. And he gave my mixtape to this guy, and this guy like hit me up the next day, and he was like, "Hey man, I want to meet you. I'm right here in Miami." When I told him I was in Naples, me and my brother, we went to Miami, and he showed us around. We met different DJs, and he offered me a promotional deal, like with all the whole artist development, getting my name out there, whole promo, the whole nine. And he didn't really know what he was doing. He was trying to be my manager, so he was new at it, and I was new as an artist. But I'm still like, kind of like excited to the fact that like, man, I just got out here. I just got my feet wet, and people are already paying me attention. So I was excited about it. And his father actually had this big hit record back in the day called "Why Can't We All Live Together," which Drake sampled Hotline Bling off of. And we went in the studio that same week that I was down there, and we did like a remake of it, because that's when the earthquake hit Haiti real hard, and we was doing like a benefit relief concert, and we was going overseas. So he hit me with that. I was like really excited. So I went and got my passport, everything they wanted me to do. And like 2 weeks later, he called me. He's like, "Yo, we gonna pull on the trip," because I didn't know about this at the time. He was like, "Yeah, it's like a split. It's like artist split points." So it was like they didn't want to give me like the points that I deserved, but I didn't know about it. I was just like, man, I don't care. I just want to perform. So that got pulled, and then after that, man, like me and his relationship just kind of like.
And how did that make you feel though? Did it make you feel defeated?
I wanted to quit actually. I actually like it was just like, dang, man, I hadn't got so close, like telling my people I done made it on this big artist now, and then like once that happened, I kind of like fell back from music for like probably like a month or two. But then like my brother was just like, "Man, bro, like I think that's your gift, man. I think you should continue to do that." So we just kept working, man, and I got better.
What would be the advice that someone else may be experiencing the same thing when they're in a situation that they feel defeated? What's your advice for them to push through?
Man, you gotta keep digging, because you never know how far you are from hitting that diamond that's on the ground. Like that person might, stop digging, and they so close to it, and you quit digging, you never know how close you are to something. So I just had to take my own advice, what my brother gave me, and just keep going with music, no matter if I blew up or not, or whatever. I was recognized on a higher scale. So my advice is just keep digging, keep going.
So what do you think that's stopping you or hindering you from being in the big lights? Your name, Truise, in the big lights.
I would say, man, to be quite honest, I say myself. I thought I needed like record labels and this right here, but with the internet and you can self-market yourself. It's just me pretty much just pushing myself and dedicating my time to my craft and music 24/7 full time, like it's a 9 to 5. Like how people go to work and dedicate their time to a job. If I apply the same pressure to my career, I think I can blow up the way I want to blow up. But it's really just on me. I don't blame, take no shortcuts, no excuses. It's me. So yeah.
And before we wrap this thing up, do you have any advice that you want to give to upcoming artists, or just any advice to?
Absolutely. Just man, like always keep inspiring to be better and do better, and always try to outdo yourself. Like don't never give up like off somebody else's opinion, because wolves don't concern themselves with the opinions of sheep. And I feel like I'm a wolf out here, and in the words of Winston Churchill, you're going through hell, keep on.
Keep on.
So, yeah.
All right. right, well, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Milan and Truise. You guys be great.